Hey guys, in this video we're going to be talking about translations. So translations, when we look at this image right here, translations is basically moving an image up, down, left, or right. So the directions over here tell us to move the image up one. So we're moving it up by one, and then we're going to move to the right by two. So 1, 2. So we can do that for each point. So A moves up 1. And then we also have to move it to the right by 2. So 1, 2. So right here, this is our new point A. We're going to call it A prime. And we're going to do the same thing for our B, C, and D values. Again, we could also do this. So A is right here, and B is just 1 to the right from A, and then 1 down from A. So we can plot it as such. So 1 to the right, 1 down, and this is where B will be. And we can also test that by doing what the instructions tell us to do. So going up 1 and then 2 to the right. So 1, 2. You get to the same place. So you can do whatever, makes you comfortable or whatever sounds easier. But I'm going to do the first method, which is taking each value and, following the directions. So up 1 and then right by 2. 1, 2. That's over here. Again, label as we go, B prime and C prime. And then last but not least, we have D, which is 1 up, 2 to the right, which is right over here. So this is D prime. And then I'm going to connect the points. And there we go. As you can see, if I remove all these gray lines, or most of them, we can see that the same image, the before and after, they're the exact same thing. It's just that the after has been moved up and to the right. Okay, let's look at some examples with the notation. So the notation for translations is T right here, and then you can have X plus 1, Y minus 3. Again, you have two ways to do this. So let's do the after and before chart. So before, we have point A, B, C, and D. And I'm going to plot the points here. So we have -2, 2. And we have B of -1, 3. And then C 1, 1. And finally D 0, 0. Okay, now for after, there are two ways we can do this. We can do this on the graph or on the table. So A prime, we have to move up 1 and down 3. So that's how we can read it as. So for A, moving up, I said it backwards. So we want to move to the right 1, the positive direction 1, and move down in the negative direction by 3. 1, 2, 3. So this is going to be our new A value. So A prime, comma, and this is -1, -1. And for B prime, I'm going to use the same method. I'm going to move to the right by 1. So in the positive direction 1, Y in the negative direction 3, 1, 2, 3. So where D is, that's my new B value. So B prime. And then for C and D, I personally prefer this method, using the table to create the points first and then plotting them. So C, so 1. So I'm going to write 1. And then we take the transformation from the question, plus 1, comma, and then we have 1 again, minus 3 from the table. So 1 minus 3. And this gives us 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 minus 3, that's negative 2. So 2, negative 2. It's going to be right here. And if we check that with the, what we did from part A on coordinates A and B, we see that moving right 1 and down 3, 1, 2, 3, gets us there too. So personally, I prefer doing the points first on the table because it makes it neat and organized. So 0 plus 1, that's 1, comma, 0 minus 3, that's negative 3. So 0, negative 3. This is my new D value, D prime. I'm going to connect my 4 points. Oh, sorry, 1, negative 3. Oops, plotted on 0. Sorry about that. D prime. And finally, D. So as you can see, we have the exact same rectangle, but the same dimensions. It's just in a different place. So we moved it down. And to the left, right. So that's translations with the notation.